Now the EU, you're fully right, the EU was built upon also the coal and steel community, which is based on energy. Energy is no longer so much of an issue today because we live in a world where we think we have an oversupply of energy. Having said so, we have a very new challenge, which is this decarbonization. We had the COP21 in Paris, we will have the COP22 in Marrakesh soon. The new issue is Europe wants to decarbonize. This means Europe wants to reduce its CO2, its greenhouse gas emissions by 2050 by 80 to 95% compared to 1990, which means we need to change completely the way we produce, consume, transform energy in Europe. And this needs a fourth industrial revolution. And so Europe, which is leading the way globally, needs to put its act together and see and show how it's able to do that, and therefore European Union and government policies are of fundamental importance for that. The Energy Union is a new construct developed by the President of the European Commission, directed by Mr. Juncker. And so far, this Energy Union was mainly a repackaging of existing tools and measures. And the idea is to fill it with more details and more practicalities and more concrete things, which the Commission is starting to do now. So the aim is to do more and in a more stronger way, but so far based on the old, the same principles and priorities as we had in the past. But so far it's a recipient which we now need to fill with more concrete instruments. Traditionally, there was always a very good link between the oil price and the interest by people, governments, into renewables. The higher the oil price, the more the interest was, and the lower when the oil price was low again, there was less of an interest. I think this time the situation is different because of the climate perspective, because there is a very strong movement, which I personally do not think will fade away, of decarbonization. We might not reach the decarbonization goals exactly to the level we wish we should, but I think the present movement will continue, which means the present trend for renewables will continue, but obviously if oil prices are very low, it will cost more to do so. Morocco is in a very favorable situation. Morocco has an extremely good potential, high potential for renewable energy. In particular wind and solar, where there are very, very good potentials. And Morocco could potentially export part of this to Europe, but also to other regions. And in this respect, Morocco can play an important role on the one hand side in the diversification of European energy supplies, where some people want to move away from some gas suppliers, and on the other side to move away from fossil fuels to more renewable. And it is quite strange, if not to say crazy, to very heavily subsidize renewable energy sources in Europe, where there is very often a low potential. Therefore, the cost of producing renewables is relatively high, and not buying it from Morocco, for instance, where it is cheaper to produce because there is more solar irradiation, because there are very, very good wind conditions, and therefore import this renewable energy into Europe under the same conditions.